the board is a strategic asset to the CEO. They can offer a diverse perspective on a number of agendas shaped by their own careers, their other board appointments, and that can really help the organisation to go further and faster.
One of the things I've really learnt in the role that I've been in is how important having the time and space to prepare and think through what you want to talk about, making sure that people have a chance to get the information so it isn't dropped on them in the moment in a meeting. And actually I think that calmness and preparation is an absolute key skill in that relationship. So it's obviously really important to meet with people, talk with people, to have the conversation, but actually spending time to perhaps distill the complexity into something where people can have a genuine view and help make a decision is really, really important. I think that's such a key skill.
I see the relationship between boards and execs more as a symbiotic relationship. So they rely on each other, they depend on each other rather than trying only to influence each other. They have to be influenced by one another in terms of bringing perspective and bringing information and bringing data, but also be ready to explore difficult questions together.
Become adept at providing the right kind of information, the right level of information, and the right volume of information. Sounds obvious, but it's important that the execs shape business strategy iteratively with the board and not suddenly land 3 months of work that's not on their radar.
There's got to be a mindset that says, I believe that my board is here to have me win. If the mindset is, well, how do I manage the board and look at where they go and ensure that whenever they have a site visit, it's already staged, that's not going to work.
The board's role is independent, and you want them to be independent. I think it's really important to get that level of challenge around the board table. I personally find it really helpful that you've got that intellectual stimulation, you've got the challenge of different ideas and different approaches. So you're not trying to influence the board in any particular way, but really to get the support, you do need to understand each other. So, for me, you have to spend time with each of the board members, understanding who they are and what their drivers are.
I would say there is a greater emphasis now on personal characteristics of being always learning, being resilient in the face of challenges, being able to cope with completely contrarian data if it emerges, and be able to deal with challenges, big shocks, with some degree of phlegmatic approach.
You can't be passive around the board table either, so you've got to go in and lead those discussions. You've got to be confident but not arrogant, and you've really got to make sure that you're taking the argument forward but marshalling everybody's views and keeping it with a focus. And then ultimately, as a CEO, we've also got to really make sure you're listening to what they're saying as well and responding to that.